everybody and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing very well. So in today's video I am doing a influencer makeup slash influencers made me buy it type of makeup. So what I mean by influencers makeup means that they've done collabs with people or that they've released their own makeup. One brand is a bit of a far stretch now because I mean it's KVD, but when obviously they started off they were with Kat Von D obviously, and now they're no longer she's no longer like part of the brand, but I really wanted to just use the products because I don't have anything else. So yeah, and then also yeah, influencers made me buy it. So obviously the whole, you know, sometimes the job of an influencer is to kind of influence you to purchase this makeup because they've either done a sponsored video or they've kind of they just really like it and they just really want you to buy it. So a couple of these products I have purchased because an influencer influenced me to do it. So I'm going to start off with a primer. So I'm going to go in with my Milk Hydro Primer. So this is one that everyone raves about. So this is not obviously an influencer brand to my knowledge. I don't think they are. But yeah, Milk is a brand that have been around for a very long time, but they've only recently, within like the year or so, have kind of come to the UK kind of as a full brand, because obviously you could purchase them abroad and, you know, get it shipped down, but now you can actually order them in certain stores and, you know, certain websites, and you can now pick it up. So everyone and their mom is talking about this primer, so obviously I was a bit like, okay, I'm very intrigued, I'm very, you know, excited to see, because it's green primer, wow. But the thing is, people still talk about this primer and it has been out for a while, and you know, I did a video of makeup that I really want to purchase but not sure if it's worth it type video, and that was one of the main products. And when I did purchase it, it is nice, it is very tacky, so it depends on what type of primer you're looking for. Is it the best primer ever? I mean, I don't know what the best primer ever is, but it is quite a nice one. It does make me look quite shiny. So yeah, let's go on to foundation. And like I said, we're going for a stretch here, but we're going in with the KVD Good Apple Foundation. And of course, I know I've tried this recently, but I, again, don't have any other kind of influencer brand type makeup. So I thought this would have to be the best one. And because I don't have the Lock-It foundation anymore, I'm using my new favourite method, which is using the beauty sponge with this, even though it completely kind of like messes it up. I don't know if you can see it in there, but we're just gonna give this a go a different way. So yeah, the KVD one, like I mentioned in the beginning, is a little bit of a stretch, but I guess a lot of influencers do also talk about this or spoke about this. Because when I was looking on my TikTok, I could see most of my favourite influencers talking about this type of this foundation really. And of course I tend to be a little influenced by, you know, people that I watch, and most of the time they do get it right, and then sometimes they do not. There was a product I bought a while ago, it was about a few years ago, that Tati recommended. Wow. I mean, she's back now, so it's not like we can't talk about her. And this liquid lipstick that she recommended by L'Oreal, and I tried it and it was actually terrible. And she was like, this is amazing, it's so nice, blah blah blah. And I was like, okay, it's only what, £10 in the UK. I tried it and it was actually terrible. But the thing is, most of the time I try and look at like multiple reviews instead of just looking at one person particularly. But if they're all either, I know, you know, Tati doesn't do sponsored videos, but if the other person is doing a sponsored video, I tend to not always go towards something like that, just because even though I know a lot of the people on the TikTok would have been doing, you know, sponsored videos, I think sometimes it's easy to get kind of caught in their little grips of, you have to buy this, you have to buy this. And no, I do that a lot as well, even though I'm not anywhere near that level. But I still, the thing is, I talk about stuff from my heart. I know that sounds really lame, but I honestly, like, if I say something that I like it, and then I tell you that I like it. I'm not like, yeah, this is It's so good. Oh my god, like you can see through the fake basically. And I think a lot of people who have been doing this role for a long time are, you know, they find it so easy now to do it because they have such a big audience that that they're trustworthy enough to kind of to do that. And I'm not saying any influencer does lie, because obviously that's just, it's just my opinion in that sense. So yeah, we've got a bit deep there. Let's go on to powder. And again, I have to go in with the KVD powder because I don't have any other one, and to be honest, it still says her name on there. And I don't know, I mean, is she an influencer? I mean, she is definitely, well, was definitely a very big name to start off her own brand. And you know, she didn't have her own YouTube channel. I can't remember actually. I can't remember if she did have her own channel. Obviously, the brand has a channel, but I don't think that she does as a person. But obviously, she has very big following. She still does, obviously, because she makes music and she makes shoes. But to be honest, some of her makeup is so damn nice, even though some of it looks stupid as hell. But I do really like a lot of the old KVD stuff. One thing I do really want to try is any of their eyeshadows. If anyone has used their eyeshadows, please let me know if they're any good. I don't know about the new palette that came out that I mentioned before. Looks like it's a palette from Essence, but basically they have these mini ones. I think they're like, but they're such random shades. They're like these mini ones that I've seen in Boots, but they've been around for ages. And I know that they came out with like the Lolita palette and, you know, stuff like that. So if you have tried them, please let me know, because I'm really intrigued if they're actually worth the money, because again, I don't want to spend so much money and they're pants. So let's go on to blush now. So no one's going to be surprised by this, but this has been one of my favorite blushes for ages, and a couple of people have spoken about it. For example, I think it was I discovered that this existed through Beauty News, and I used to watch them every week. And obviously they do it monthly now, but when they spoke about this and when I saw them, I was like, I really want to try that. And I guess that was, I don't know if that's a massive influence from them, because I don't remember if they were talking positive about it. I think they said it was just, it looked really nice and that it was like really interesting. And they were, I think what they said, that they weren't happy. I mean, they were happy that it wasn't just like pink tones and stuff like that, because there's such a wide selection of shades. I've got the shade Polished, and it's been a while since I've used it. A while meaning probably a few weeks. So of course we are using it today because I was influenced by some people, I guess, to purchase this. So I guess I was influenced by myself, because I was like, I need to try something by Melt Cosmetics, and this had obviously just arrived in their brand, and obviously beautybay eventually got it, which I was so happy about. But honestly, if you've been watching my videos, you know, recently, you know that this is one of my favorite products at the moment. It's just so nice. I really want to get another one, but I'm not in a rush to spend another like £15 on another blush. So let's go on to highlighter, and there were quite a few that I wanted to use. So there was obviously the new collection by Sophie Does Life, which is obviously her collab with Revolution, and maybe one or two other ones. But the one that I really wanted to try today, which is actually really sad, but it's the no, it's not. It's the Seth Toms and Ofra collab. So I don't know if you watch her videos, but she basically has been on YouTube for quite a while, and she's never done any collabs with anyone. She was like, I want to wait for the right time, wait for the right moment, the right brand to do a collab with, and she finally made a highlighter, which in my opinion is an amazing highlighter. And then recently Ofra came out with some kind of controversial images and things, and so Steph has decided that she wants to pull her collab from them. So I think she's not going to be releasing anymore, which I feel is really sad, because she obviously, she's not done another collab, and she obviously really deserves one because she's so great. I really love her videos. And plus this is a really freaking good highlighter. So if you're thinking of purchasing it, I would buy it before it kind of goes off sale. And I know that, I'm sure Beauty Bay have it. because every time I check beautybay it's still there. I think they had it on sale a week ago, but yeah, this is the Milk and Cookies highlighter. I like to mix both of them together. So yeah, this is an influencer kind of collab slash influencer maybe buy it because obviously I love Steph. I think she's great. So obviously when the thought of her coming out with any makeup, I was very excited, even though it was very expensive. So if you've never seen an ofra highlighter, I'm pretty sure this was like £25 just for this highlighter. So I'm going to be keeping hold of this. And yeah, obviously it was her decision to pull the collab, so I can't remember what she completely said. She did do a video about it, so check that out if you're interested. But yeah, I just think it's quite sad, but I'm really happy that I picked it up and that I have one, so I'll be using it not all the time to kind of like finish it really. So let's go on to the eyes now. So of course there's so many eyeshadow palettes that I could have used. I could have used again any of the Soph palettes. I could have used, well, I wasn't going to, but the Jeffree Star palettes. And yeah, and so the one that I thought I would use today is the Nikkie Tutorials one with beautybay, because I haven't used it in so long. And I thought, let's just use it because obviously it's an influencer and she influenced me to purchase this because I think she's amazing. So I'm sorry, my top lip is not doing too bad today, but I can still see a little bit of meh. So in case you haven't seen this palette before, of course I'm hoping a lot of you have because it's such a damn gorgeous palette. But yeah, this is a palette that she came out with beautybay. I think it must have been, was it this year? I can't remember, but I love this palette. I think it's amazing. What am I doing today? I think I might do a bit of a red look today because shock horror, but my lips are red today, so I feel like I can just double red it up. So I am gonna go in with, oh god, a transition shade. So I'm gonna go in with Zoma, which is just here. I'm just taking one of my big fluffy brushes as a transition, and it's kind of like a peach tone look, but we're going to just go with it. I'm gonna just kind of make up this look as I go along because I never really plan out my looks, in case you were not aware of any of my past videos. So yeah, I thought I would use Nikkie Tutorials today because I haven't used this palette in a while, and I really like this palette. I know when this came out, a lot of people were very like hit and miss about it, as in like the quality, but I have not had any issues, thankfully, because I think a lot of people had issues with the shimmers, which I guess is something that does happen, I guess, with batches and stuff like that. So some of my eye, that's annoying. Yeah, and so when it was coming out, people were very like hit and miss, but I personally quite like it. I think it's a very nice palette. I don't have any issues with it, so that's that. I'm going to go in with Mikai now, so that's the red just in the middle. If only I knew how to hold palettes properly, but I'm very limited on space on where I'm sitting now, because you could probably tell it's not my usual space, but it's because my husband purchased a computer at the weekend, so it's kind of on the desk that I'm using, and there's just limited space in our flat and limited space where I can film. So I'm just being very kind of like useful of my surrounding, and I still need to buy something to put at the back because I'm tired of you guys looking at my wall because it's such a horrible wall, and that's my sink there as well, so we need to change that. But I'm looking online at different like tapestries and different things, so hopefully soon I will have a nice background, and now that he has a computer I will be able to hopefully edit some of my videos now, so I'm very excited for that. I need to obviously buy the software, and I'm tempted to buy a nice camera. So if anyone has any ideas of good cameras that are not obviously too expensive, because I don't have stupid amount of money to purchase like a really nice camera. So if anyone has any nice ideas or what you use, please let me know, because I'm intrigued. So this red is going on beautifully. It's kind of, I'm not going too harsh on it because it's very pigmented, so I'm being quite careful. And yeah, that's just such a gorgeous red. So let's now go in with something on my kind of lid, kind of like the depth bit. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm going to go in with Bend and Snap, which is this pink right at the bottom. Sorry, this is so awkward. Yeah, like I said, I'm making this look up as I go along because sometimes the colours are very just random. I'm trying my best to kind of be experimental with it, and I think I have done a look like this before, but it's all good. And I'm going to finish it off with a shimmer. So that's actually a really nice, like, kind of neon pink that fits into that red, so that's pretty nice. I'm kind of acting like this is the first time I've used it, but it's been a while since I've used it because I have so many palettes. Like, every other week I'm just getting a new palette or I'm getting something new, so I need to like chill out on that. I did give myself a makeup ban, which I kind of broke after about a week, but sometimes we just have to treat ourselves, sometimes a lot. So I'm just getting rid of some of this inner corner shade because it's should not be there. Right, let's finish with a shimmer because I always have to finish with a shimmer because that's just the way it is. I'm going to go in with, oh god, so much to choose from. Roxy Catan, which is the pink one just here. And these, for me, these shimmers are amazing. I really like the way that they kind of come out, and I know it's so much better on the finger, but I will just test it. Oh look, see, yep, with the brush, but I want to see if I can get a great payoff with the brush because I just can't be bothered to use my finger because it's this mess. So I'm going in lightly anyway. I'm not going in with a heavy hand on this one. It's a nice pink tone, and there's so many random different shimmers actually, in case you haven't seen this palette. But I think at the moment on beautybay it might be on sale. I'm kind of acting like I'm selling you these products when I'm not. Honestly, I'm just kind of like, these are products that I really like or that I've been influenced to buy, because I would love to have used Fenty, but I don't know if that kind of falls into the right category, to be honest, even though her makeup is so damn good. And then also, I don't really have any Huda Beauty because obviously she is an influencer who is now a brand owner. I'm actually going to put some of Roxy Catan in my inner corner as well. The thing is, there's so many people out there who are obviously influencers, have been on YouTube for a while, who now have their own brands. But I don't have everything because either they're expensive or that they're not really available in the UK. So yeah, that's it really. So that's all I'm doing with the eyes. I'm not doing anything crazy special or actually using much of my talent today because I'm still half asleep and it's like overnight. It's just gone 9 o'clock because obviously I'm working today. So with my lips, I'm going to finish off with the KVD lip liner, which is actually part of my project pan. I've had this for so damn long. And then on my lips, I'm using one of the NARS liquid cushions, I think they're called. They're like air matte, sorry. And it was quite a few people who have mentioned that this is really good, but I think this is okay. But again, I think they must have been doing some kind of like sponsored video. But I got this and I was like, you know what, I haven't really tried NARS before, and this could obviously be the first product that I wanted to try. So yeah, I thought I would get this. So I'm just going to quickly do this off camera and I'll be back. I actually love the way that my lips have come out today. They're a little bit overdrawn, as in a bit too a bit animated, but I really like the way that they look, so I'm intrigued as to how my pictures will come out later. But yeah, this is my finished look using influencer makeup collabs / influencers made me buy it. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you have purchased any of these products because of an influencer. What have you purchased because of an influencer as well? I apologise for that, my eye look today, because I'm realising how bad it kind of looks. Not my intention obviously to look horrible today, but I'm going to get on with the rest of my day and I have work. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoy the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe because I film and upload every time I get a chance to. Don't forget to follow me on any of my social medias because I'm always active on there. And yeah, I hope you're having a very good week and I hope to see you very soon. Bye bye.